we got a chance to talk with Simon Jones. We've done so before, and we've published some interviews verbatim, but the opportunity exists just to talk to you today after you've sort of outlined your high performance strategy. And there's no surprises, to be honest. It's what we've come to expect from the Australian government sports modelling, is that the Olympics needs to be the priority, and that's what's your priority. And we've never hidden from that fact, have we?
That's right. No, it's it is no surprise, and we're going to align our resources to where we believe we can get the best possible Olympic outcomes. And in the work that we've done, we believe we've got a better chance converting some of the second, thirds, and fourths in sort of track events into golds. And we have got limited resources, which means we can't do everything.
Yeah. You've said in a meeting that we had earlier today with the general media call that if you had it your way, you'd pour all your resources into road cycling because that's your passion. But I get the feeling, just watching you in action today, talking about the scope, is that you're a cycling fan.
Massively,
across the board.
Yeah. So I love cycling. I love mountain biking. I love BMX. Any form of cycling to me. I like people like anybody like riding to work. But I think what I did say about the road, I said if I were to be thinking emotionally about my passion and my love of and I do love road cycling, then I would be putting more money into road. But my role here is to think logically and rationally and logically, and to be realistic as well about where we can win. And I think when you do that, when you do those sums, I think it comes out quite clear that we have got a greater probability of performing on the track. And I do believe that if we do improve our performances, and then the Olympics provides such a showcase, I think, for the sport, which is quite unique.
One of the comments that we've made during the course of watching the evolution of cycling in Australia is that the very nature of chasing Olympic gold is almost targeting the least popular cycling events.
I would say that the public don't care. I think going back years ago when Jason Queally won the kilo in Sydney, no one knew about it. No one even knew what a kilo was, but it became front page news, and that is the beauty of the Olympic Games. And I think yes, there's the members of Cycling Australia, they're a lot, but there's a lot more Australians that need inspiring, and that's the purpose of the government money. It's got quite a lofty goal to inspire Australians. It didn't say just to inspire cycling Australians. So we want to have as much of a broader impact as we possibly can, and I've seen that, and it's unique. The Olympics is once every 4 years, so there's a few data points in between that. But if we can get Olympic medals, the impact can be massive, and then we've got to be ready to capitalise on that for things like commercial sponsors for participation. And I say, Rob, the amazing results Catherine had at the World Road Championships, 2 medals. I mean, that's unheard of since '98 when Anna Wilson got 2. Where's that in the news? How's that inspired? And I think this shows you the Paralympic Games. It can put ordinary people on the front pages and put ordinary sports or sports unknown on the front and put them into the headlines. And that's why the Olympics is unique, and that's why I think it's such a compelling goal for us to have.
It's a shame when selection or the policy around selection got more headline than the actual result.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And it's, that just says it all, I think, to be honest.
We've got no structure to this interview. It's just we're trying to get familiar with you, and I think it's been your introduction. Your first 6 months has been an opportunity for you to talk. We've had a number of exchanges, but it's good to put you in front of the camera so that people can. So it becomes. It's not just
words.
A name and
I think,
and a script.
Thanks for this, because I think when I've sat down face to face with the athletes, and they're spread all over the world, it's a lot easier face to face, and you can explain and you can give some context. And I've done a lot more, and this is the feedback from the athletes. I've done a lot more. I've really tried to connect with athletes, but on the phone, messaging, written letters, trying to explain, because there is quite a change, and I've had some really positive feedback. And I've made an effort to have like late night calls with those in Europe and explain But again, when you sit down face to face, there's a whole different level. So thanks for the opportunity to put a bit more context behind what we're doing. But this whole plan is about for Australia to win. It's as simple as that. And to do that, we've got to put the bar high. We've got to aim for the highest winning targets, which is the Olympic Games, and then work back from that. And pure and simple, that's it.
And when there is such a focus on winning, do you think that comes to the detriment of, a big theme in the last couple of weeks or months has been mental health?
I'll answer your first question first. Winning's a whole bunch of fun.
Yes.
Okay. The process of winning, being involved in this, is, I think, like I said before, this is I've got the best job in the world. Yeah. It's a bit stressful at times, but only because I put that on myself. But any athlete, any staff member, we're privileged to be in these positions. I think to work in sport. So we've got to really embrace the challenge and the enjoyment we should get from these. I think about mental health, I do get the sense there's a much broader issue here than a cycling one, and it's not our business to know all the personal. And the question though, I think the questions are one. What role should we play? Could we play? Post-career, and we do have some strategies. We have personal excellence. We have a 12-month transition. But question might be, what is that enough? But again, it comes down to the resources, Rob, that we have, and also there's got to be a shared responsibility in that. I think I think like mental health, community, family, organisation, individual. So it's a complex situation, and I don't think anybody's got the answers yet.
I think there needs to be a willingness to talk, and we've established that today by you making a media gathering in Adelaide. So that's a good step forward, and I think that the Olympics tends to put people in a bubble, and then that bubble depends on how tight you want to manage that bubble, how detrimental it becomes as well. It's to do with general people skills. So that like if I publish some comments by you, and then on Facebook the return is vitriol from, you may see vitriol coming from my commentary, but I try to be balanced in my take. But there's certainly some people who get quite nasty on social media. And so mental health is for the athlete, but for the coach and everyone involved. I think what we need to do is create a community atmosphere where everyone is working off one another.
As long as it's positive, I think, and solution focused. I think with I think the good thing about sport, from whatever issue, it can bring normal issues that normal people are faced with into the public domain and create awareness, and I think which is a good thing. But I think it's got to be about solutions, not just about the problems. So that's really important for me, I think.
Coming off the World Championships, let's have a quick chat about what you learned in Bergen. If you looked at the images, the cycling is more prosperous than it's ever been. What did you take home from Norway?
It was great to be back at a Road World Championships. I've not been for a few years. In an official national role, I've been there as a Team Sky role, but being back in that sort of national team was a fantastic experience. It was really good to meet some of the athletes face to face. I've spoken to them, but not. Was really, really good to meet all the athletes. It's a big operation, Road Worlds. There's a lot of moving parts, and it's a big team. And I think it's, again, the lessons I learned is you've got to be face to face with people. It makes a huge difference, and that's the challenge of cycling's got so many world championships, got so many athletes, but it makes a huge difference just being face to face and speaking to people. You really can't miss it. So I think how we engage with the road riders over when they're back in, hopefully a lot of them, not all of them, but for the summer cycling, and re-engage and just to maintain that, I think relationships can be really, really key.
When we first spoke, when you came to this new position, you talked about being able to share ideas and initiatives and not be so secretive about certain elements. Do you see that happening now that you've had 6 months in Norway?
No, absolutely. I think I like to demystify a bit about what we do, and also tell the stories of the you know, the everyday lives of the athletes and some of the staff. Like we do some fantastic things here, and be good, I think, for us to, just like I think pro cycling's good at doing like the backstage pass or something. I think we should be doing some of these things, and I think having the journos come here today to Adelaide, hopefully it's not that, but we want to do this more, is bring people in and come and see an aero testing session, and you know, we don't want to give you all the technical information, but we're not the only nation doing this type of thing. But it's good, and or you know, the way we do in nutrition, the sorts of things we do in sort of mental skills, you know, and understanding the differences, or the different support that's available to the athletes, and getting behind the scenes of it, I think is actually quite interesting, and so I'd like to do that, and it's a plan that I've had with our media team to come the next few months, is to sort of tell some stories about what we're doing, which is good. It's world class.
Greg Green said earlier in the meeting that there's been very little change in the infrastructure of Australian sports since 1976, and it's ridiculous if the media has to change, and so too does the administration, and also I guess the emphasis which is placed on sport. And then it becomes a circular discussion for me, because I keep seeing that the Olympics is the priority, and I don't. It's something that I'm not comfortable with anymore.
Okay.
So.
I get it.
I mean, we've talked about it before. This is not a new thing. And you keep telling me, well, even if I didn't like the Olympics, it's my job. I've got to prioritise the Olympics.
Well, look, for me, part of the reason me taking the role, I knew there would be a big Olympic focus, and for me, I'm hugely passionate about the Olympics because of my early inspiration as part of the reason I got into cycling, as I watched the Olympics on TV, or got into cycling when I was 14. So we all come at things from different perspectives, and I think it's important to discuss and understand the differences that we have. So then we learn, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. That's right. If we're going to use this opportunity in front of the camera to try and lure in the public.
Not with my pretty face, you know.
Lure in the public and make them warm to the concepts that you're pitching, because that's your job. What would you say to the cycling fan? I think I
think the thing, again, sport's a great way. It's simple sport, and I think what we're about daring to have a go. We want to be ambitious, and I think that's a great metaphor for anybody in life. Like, don't feel you can't, say you can, and then get help to get you on that journey, whatever you want to do in your life. You know, whatever field you're in, that's what we're about. We actually want to be successful, and we want to challenge ourselves, and we want to set the bar high, and that to me is a great message, I think, to kind of lure people in. It's like, you can do that anywhere, you know, whether you're going to be a nurse or whatever your career might be. You need to be a sporting metaphor, but that's what we're about, inspiring people to push the limits. That's, you know, and make it happen. And that's what this is, an ambitious plan, and I think that's the beauty of sport. It can cross domains, and it can connect with people, and you can convert that message into your context, I suppose. But that's what it's about.
I like that in your presentation you had be uncomfortable with, be comfortable with being uncomfortable, and I think that more or less harks back to quashing the fairy tale concept, the fairy tale principle, that it will inevitably one day be happily ever after. Life's not like that.
No, life isn't like that. It's hard, and it's challenging, and it's competitive. And you know, whether it's school or whether it's, you know, university, or you're going for a job, you know, you go for a job, you don't get it. So you've got to be better than the next, but you've got to improve yourself. And there's no entitlement, you know, and I think this is, and sport is, again, a good metaphor for this. It's about, there's no free lunch. Is there? You know, and I think people know that, but it's, I'm a big believer in aiming high, setting goals, and working back from a destination. And if you don't have a target, like, where are you going to end up? So, and then your plan becomes your blueprint or your map, and that's a great, again, it's great for kids to learn about that, I think, at school. And I talk to my children about this in terms of being very goal oriented and setting themselves some targets and having tick lists and checklists, and breaking down what they want to do. And this isn't in a sport context, it's like achieving in their lives about what they want to do. And it's funny, you can, once you set your goals and you tell people about it, it's actually, you start getting closer.
Oh, very much
because
so.
people get enrolled in that. If you don't tell people your goal, then they can't enroll, they can't get on it. I want people to get on and support us, not to attack us. And yes, we know we can't please everybody, but we're doing this for Australia, yeah. So and that's why I wanted to be pretty ambitious about our goals and targets, and say we're actually going to dare to put it out there, and actually dare dare to have a go.
It will be much easier to achieve success if you have a community backing you, rather than mocking you.
But of course it would be. And I think the more support we have, the better. The more people understand. They might not agree, perhaps, but the more they understand is, I think, really, really important. And so I think it's important that we do say what we're doing and why, and we explain, we give the facts so people have the information to make their own judgment on. And without that information, then obviously people may have opinions, which of course they're entitled to, but at least we can give them the information, say, hey, this is how we made these decisions, and this is why we've made this, this is what we're going down this direction. And look, I hope we can get more support. I think we have got a lot of support, but I think it's, it'd be nice to get a bit more.
From where I sit, I'm fearful that cycling is at risk of being a fad. And if you know me, that's really horrible to say, because I always support cycling. I think it's the answer to the world's problems. But
it was flavour of the month.
It was a flavour of the month, and
well, we've got to work at that. I think when things come as a surprise, they can be fads. I think so. We need to have. So what's the plan to sustain the success? But we got to get back to that success first, and then have a plan for success going after. Otherwise, that's probably beyond my remit, but certainly I'm aware of. I can see where you're coming from. So what would you do to stop it being a fad? What's your ideas?
I don't know. I think it needs to be across the board encouragement. So I'd like to be encouraging of you winning Olympic medals. My wife's encouraging of me riding with the children, and everything in between needs to be based on encouragement. And so basically, you come to cycling because it's interesting, and then you find yourself basically being optimistic about what it might yield. But you've seen it unfold in Britain, where it was this promise of, and then it actually lived up to the promise, and it became 200,000 strong British Federation. When you see something has actually happened, you know that it can happen, so you want that to be accelerated where you live. So I would love to think that the 25,000 members of Cycling Australia would become 200,000 members. And that from that there will be a broader talent base.
But the great thing with cycling, you can do all sorts of things with cycling. You can't row to work. You can't swim to work.
No.
Yeah, we said this before, and I think cycling presents. I think we're sat on such a great business case to offer different things, different people, for different partners to be involved, for schools, for communities, for participation, and that's where the big brands want to be involved in that place. I think we've got to show a bit more that we're winning on the big stage to get to say, hey, we've got this amazing thing called cycling, which can offer partners, and so we can build the clubs, we can build communities around, which is again that's the vision of the sport, but we need resources to do it, because that means hands. It's British Cycling's got hundreds of people working there now. I was one of 5 people, back in the day. So I've seen it grow, but it takes time to do that, and it takes resource, and it takes a plan. Health and well-being, sport, health and fitness is we're part of the whole thing. So and that's what I think cycling's got, an amazing breadth of accessibility. Like I said, riding to work, you take your family out for a nice ride, and you can go on holiday on your bike, and you can race, of course. Let's not forget that. But you can, but off-road, you can do. There's the BMX. It's so varied. Which makes it challenging at times, but it's got lots and lots of different facets to it, which makes it so accessible.
So. Well, I'm a critic of the Olympics, but I will cheer the team as it rides towards Tokyo. And I wish you all the best in the next couple of years. I know it's not going to be easy.
No,
but
hope not it's easy. I'll be bored if it's easy.
Well, hopefully we'll all work together to make the world a happier place.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you. Cheers. Cheers, Rob.